Dear freshers, at first, wish you a very warm and sincere welcome. Myself, Dr. Anand Swamitra, guest faculty in the Department of English, JP College, Narayanpur, TMBU, Bhagalpur University, Bhagalpur. Dear students, at first, I congratulate you all on the behalf of my department that you people have opted for doing graduation in English. Once again, on the behalf of my department, my college, I welcome you. I give you a very, very warm, sincere, and lovely welcome. By opting language for your graduation, you have done definitely a very commendable job. And particularly, you people have opted for English. It's a great sign. It's a very lovely sign. It speaks very high of you. However, I am not of this view that other languages are inferior to English. No language can be inferior. Every language has its own status, has own vitality, has own importance, has own power. Every language of the world is powerful, is lovely. But since I belong to the field of English, or being a teacher of English, definitely I have great love for English. You know, English is an international language. It's a linked language, and today it is a language of craze. It is a language of employment also. It is a language which provides job also. So all these things are very much related to English. Now, you people have decided to, or you people have got yourself admitted in BA Part 1. So I must tell you that there will be 3 parts, Part 1, Part 2 and Part 3. And in all these 3 parts, you have to go through 8 papers. It means in Part 1, there will be 2 papers, in Part 2, there will be 2, and in third part, you will have to go through, you will have to read 4 papers. Now, I should focus, or I should concentrate myself on BA Part 1. So in Part 1, there are 2 papers. In paper 1, you have to read, or you have to prepare yourself for the history of English language and literature. And in second paper, there are 3 books. One is The Rape of the Lock, written by The Rape of the Lock, written by Alexander Pope. Sorry, The Rape of the Lock, written by Alexander Pope. The other book is The Scholar Gypsy, which is written by Matthew Arnold, and the other book is The Mystic Drum, which has been edited. It means it is an anthology of the collection of poems written by different poets. So in first paper, History of English Language and Literature. In second paper, The Rape of the Lock, written by Alexander Pope. The Scholar Gypsy, written by Matthew Arnold, and The Mystic Drum. So these are the books or these are the things which you have to go through, which you have to prepare accordingly in part 1. Now it is the first paper which attracts your attention or our attention first. What is there in history of English language and literature? Dear students or dear friends, it is the name, see once again listen the name, history, itihas, history of English language. It means every language has its history. And history of English language and literature, it means literature has its own history also. Dear friends, you know this very well, that once upon a time there was no language. We were languageless. We were not in a position to express our feelings and emotions. We were not in a position to converse ourselves with our fellow members. We had no language. Gradually, bit by bit, slowly and slowly, with the development, with the passage of time, we got language. It was a very divine thing. It was a very heavenly thing, you can say, to get language. Rather, we were blessed, or we are blessed. We are the blessed animals living on this earth, having language. When we had no language, when we were languageless, at that time we were the cursed, C-U-R-S-E-D, cursed people. Now, what function does a language play? What does language do? What do we mean by language? What is a language? What is its function? All these things, all these questions envelop our mind. All these questions crop up in our mind. Dear friends, language is a means of, it is a medium of communication. Language is a medium or means of expression. It is a medium through which we give vent, V-E-N-T, we give vent to our feelings, to our emotions, to our love, to our feelings and emotions. Everything comes, our love, hatred, fear, surprise. All these things come under the realm of, under the criteria of, or under the boundary of feelings and emotions. Earlier, we were not blessed to express ourselves, to give expression to our feelings and emotions. So, dear students, language came into existence and it brought a revolution in the life of human being. It revolutionized the life or living style of human being. It brought a sea change. It brought a sea change in the life of a man. Now, man became a great creature, a powerful creature. You know this fact very well. It is because of language, it is because of mind, it is because of your thinking capacity that man is, or human being is, the most powerful animal living upon this universe, living in this universe, or living upon this planet that is our lovely and motherly earth. Now, at present, we have more than 3,000 languages. Definitely, all the languages did not come into existence at one time. As all of you, all of us are not born the same day. However, we are contemporaries. Contemporaries are the persons who live upon the earth at a particular time. So we are contemporaries, but all of us are born at different date, different day, different time. So this is the very case with the language also. Different languages have their birth at different times, at different places, by different people. This is the case with English also. English language has its birth in the 5th century. In the 5th century. 5th century AD. Now there are two terms. One is BC and the other is AD. BC means before Christ. यानी ईसा मसीह के जन्म के पहले का पीरियड is known as BC. And AD is Anno Domini. That means the period after the birth of Jesus Christ. ईसा मसीह के जन्म के बाद का पीरियड. तो dear friends, English language comes into existence after the 449 years of birth of the great Jesus Christ. ईसा मसीह के जन्म के 449वें वर्ष अंग्रेजी भाषा का जन्म होता है. Now you would be very much curious to know who were those people who brought troubles for all of you. Some of you are think English a very difficult language. It is a very painful language. It is very painful and difficult to learn English. It's very tough to write English. So of course, you might be curious to know that who were those great people who brought troubles for you people. At the same time, English is a very crispy language. It's a very joyous language. It's a language of delight. It's a kurkure language, you can say. It's a very fantastic language. It is a language which provides delight, and it is very easy to learn English. It's not tough to learn English. So some of you must be curious to know who were those persons who brought such a lovely language in existence. How this language came into existence. Who were those people? Which was that particular place where English has its origin? So you must be guessing that that place must be England, and English language must be spoken at first, must be brought into existence by the Englishmen, by the English people. It might be your guess, but this is not the case, because when English language comes into existence, there was no place like England. The place was known as Britain. There was no England at that particular time, and there was no English language. So English language was brought, or English language has its origin in the speech of the Anglo-Saxons. Now, who were the Anglo-Saxons? Anglo-Saxons were the people who used to live in the north and west part of Europe at that time, or presently where there is Germany, there is Holland or Poland. These people, it means these Anglo-Saxons, there were three tribes: Angles, Saxons and Jutes. and they are commonly known as Anglo-Saxons. So these Anglo-Saxons people are the real originator of English language. These are the people who provided the Britain its name, that is England. Now what happened? How those people living in Germany, Holland or Poland came to that particular place? Why did they go to Britain or to a particular area of Britain? So that particular area of that Britain was very much famous for provisions. It was a very rich area, and these people, these Anglo-Saxons, decided to go there to plunder, to loot that particular area. They were to plunder there. They were to loot there. Their mission was to go there, to plunder there, and to come back. They went there to materialize their mission. When they reached there, they found that that particular place was lived by the Celtic people. I hope you must be understanding. आप लोगों को मजा आ रहा होगा कुछ कुछ सुनने में. That place was lived by the Celtic people. वहाँ केल्टिक जाति के, केल्टिक समुदाय के लोग रहते थे. कहाँ? जहां पर, उस पार्टिकुलर जगह पर जहां एंग्लो-सैक्सन्स ने अटैक किया था with the purpose of plundering, with the purpose of looting. Those Celtic people were very lean and thin, very weak, just like me. And those Anglo-Saxons were warlike people. They were the robust people, having 6-pack, 10 packs, and so many packs, you can say, like Shah Rukh Khan and Salman Khan and so many Khans you can know. They were have many packs. मजबूत लोग थे, हट्टे कट्टे, 6-6 फीट के एकदम लंबे तगड़े, having robust body. मतलब ऐसे लोग कि if they give me a blow, I will fall 5 times. इतने लोग थे कि एक थापड़ अगर हमको रख दे तो मैं 5 बार गिरूं. इतने पावरफुल लोग थे वो लोग. और केल्टिक लोग मेरे जैसे, कैसे? एक चिड़िया का मांस वाले, ऐसे ही लोग थे वहां. अब जब दोनों में झगड़ा हुआ, करने का मतलब स्वाभाविक थोड़ी है कि आप यहाँ कोई लूटने के लिए आए तो आप यूं ही लूटने के थोड़ी छोड़ देते हैं. तो ठीक है, आइए आइए भैया आइए, हम आपका इंतजार कर रहे थे, आइए लूट लीजिए और जाइए. We definitely protest. Those Celtic people must have protested. They had protested. उन्होंने प्रोटेस्ट किया, बट बेचारे थे क्या, कमजोर लोग थे. They lost. And when they lost, of course, they were made slaves. उनको स्लेव बना लिया गया, गुलाम बन गए वो. अब now these Anglo-Saxons decided not to go back. Why should one go back? जब अच्छी चीजें मुफ्त में मिल रही हो, बढ़िया खाने पीने का सामान मिल रहा, अच्छी जगह मिल रही हो, वाई क्यों बाहर घर क्यों जाए आदमी? जब ससुराल आ जाते हैं, अच्छी सी चीज खाने की मिलती है तो वापस आने का मन थोड़ी करता है. क्यों जाए, वहीं कहने घर बना के रह ले आराम से. वही स्थिति थी उनकी. इतने पावर. अब यू नो द फैक्ट वेरी वेल कि जिसकी लाठी होती है, भैंस किसकी होती है? उसी की. माइट इज राइट. अब वो माइटी पीपुल हो गए, उनके पास माइट था, उनके पास ताकत थी. They started governing, they started to rule, and those Anglo-Saxons used to call themselves the master of that land. They used to call themselves the native. वो अपने को native कहते थे, जबकि थे वो लुटेरे, बाहर से आए थे. They are the foreigners, लेकिन अपने को native कहते थे. और जो वहां के रहने वाले बेचारे थे, केल्टिक जाति के लोग, उनको कहते थे यू पीपुल आर वेलाज. तुम लोग वेलाज हो, यानी कि तुम लोग फॉरेनर्स हो. These Anglo-Saxon people used to speak a language that was known as Germanic. जर्मनिक भाषा बोलते थे. जर्मनिक लैंग्वेज इज आल्सो नोन एज ट्यूटोनिक लैंग्वेज. जर्मनिक लैंग्वेज को हम ट्यूटोनिक लैंग्वेज भी कहते हैं. दोनों एक ही नाम है, ट्यूटोनिक और जर्मनिक. दिस पीपुल, केल्टिक पीपल, यूज्ड टू स्पीक केल्टिक लैंग्वेज. केल्टिक वाले केल्टिक बोलते थे, एंग्लो सैक्सन्स जर्मनिक बोलते थे. लेकिन मेरे भाई साहब हार तो गए, दोनों में अदावत भी हुई, दुश्मनी भी हुई, झगड़ा भी हुआ, बट दे वर लिविंग टुगेदर. तो बट इट इज बट नेचुरल व्हेन यू लिव टुगेदर, slowly and slowly, bit by bit, gradually and gradually, the enmity vapors, friendship grows. एनिमिटी जो है, जो दुश्मनी है, वो खत्म होती है धीरे धीरे, दोस्ती है वो बढ़ती है. You people come together. So Celtic people came into contact with the Anglo-Saxons, and this coming together, this closure took place in the level of language also. Celtic language and Teutonic or Germanic language got mixed, and a new variety of language comes in existence that was known as, or that was given its name as इंग्लिश. उस लैंग्वेज को इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज कहा गया. क्या कहा गया? इंग्लिश. ध्यान दीजिए, एंग्लो सैक्सन्स के द्वारा बोली के स्पीच से निकलने वाली भाषा को उन्होंने सबसे पहले जो नाम दिया वो नाम था इंग्लिश. एंड दैट इंग्लिश लेटर ऑन बिकेम इंग्लिश. इंग्लिश से इंग्लिश. And that since in the tribes, Angles, Saxons and Jutes, Angles were very powerful, so they named that particular place by themselves, that is Anglican. उस प्लेस का नाम उन्होंने रख दिया एंग्लिकन. Anglican later on became Angla land, and that Angla land became later on England. So this is the journey from Anglican to Angla land and Angla land to England, from English to English. So dear friends, both the name of the language or both the name of the place was given by the foreigners. So that's all for today. In our next class, we will discuss the other things. I hope you must have enjoyed. I have just tried to lit up your curiosity. If you have any problem, you can send your problems, you can send your suggestions through your messages. Your messages are always solicited, always welcomed. Please subscribe this channel more and more, and try to go through or try to see the video, try to listen to the video, and God bless you all. We will meet again in our next class. Thank you once again. God bless you all.